What's happening, good people? Sheldon J. Think About It Radio. Let's get your home loan ready. Thursday morning, April the 12th. Shout out to my wife, man. 6-year happy anniversary. I'm very grateful for that, man, for the opportunity to be around and be with somebody for that length of time. We've been together about 11 years, but 6 years married, and I just really appreciate the opportunity to really, the stick and stay, if you will, of the relationships, because a lot of times people make excuses for leaving very easily, and we just, made a decision that we're going to stay because of the love we have for one another, and I just want to shout out to my wife for that. Well, let's get your home loan ready today, man. I want to say with you guys, I want to kind of rapid taste a few minutes in reference to making sure that you have the people in your mix that's there for you, whether it be the realtor, the loan officer, the inspector, the appraiser, whoever it is that's going to be involved in this transaction. Make sure that they have your best interest, the customer's interest in mind, because the customer, we couldn't do any of these things if you guys didn't come to us and say you needed a home loan. We wouldn't have anything to do. So you guys pretty much drive this particular vehicle, and it's all about what you need and what's going to fit your situation. Don't allow anybody to put you in a bad situation just because they're forcing you into something. Make sure you read the documents. Make sure you know what you're signing. Ensure that, and if you have any questions, make sure that you ask those questions. I've stated before on other shows, if you have realtors or you have loan originators that's making you feel some kind of way for asking a question about your transaction, then you need to find somebody else. Plain and simple. You need to find somebody else to do business with, because obviously they only have their commission in mind. They don't have you in mind. They don't have They don't have your best interest at heart. So you may want to tell them to kick rocks and go find you somebody else that's going to do that. This is nothing to play with. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right? So this is nothing to play with. So you want to make sure that you have people, again, that care about you, that just happen to be a loan officer, that care about you, that just happen to be a realtor. Have the people around, again, that care about people. Because a lot of times, man, I hear so many conversations where people get put in their loans and stuff that it doesn't necessarily fit their situation appropriately. And so they end up having more home than what they need, and they end up being in debt and end up losing that home after a while, because the loan originator, they didn't structure the right deal based upon their current situation. They structured a deal to get paid, but they didn't structure a deal to help that borrower out and be in the most positive situation at the end of the day, because you want borrowers to stay in their homes. You want them to be able to afford their homes. So that's why you always want to inform them as well. We qualify you on your gross income, but what you bring home is totally different. Okay, so you want to make sure that you let them know that, hey, I see that you want this particular home for like a couple of $100,000 or whatever, but based upon your net income, what you bring home, you may want to take that down a little bit, because remember, water, lights, gas, utilities, insurance payments per month on your auto and stuff like that, that's not counted in your debt to income ratio. So those bills don't go away because you have a home now. So what you want to do is that, again, have the people in place that's going to look at these numbers and say, hey, based upon this number right here, this is what you qualify for. But in my opinion, I think you may want to go a little bit lower, because your debt to income ratio is a little bit tight. You're a little bit close. You're not making that much per month versus what you have going out. It's just all about, again, structuring the deal, not just a deal for the sake of a deal. All right. And also, when you get these when you apply for these home loans and things of that nature, credit is important. All right. You want to make sure that you have some kind of idea what's on your credit report before you apply. You want to look at that. Go to annualcreditreport.com. You want a credit consultation? Give me a call, 281-731-0673. That's my cell phone number. And I'd be more than happy to have a consultation with you over the phone at no cost to see what we need to do. And if there's some issues with your credit, I can sign you up through my credit repair company, Cope Credit Solutions. Okay, we can square you away on that, and we can get you a plan going on. But do not go just pay collections off, because if you pull your credit report and you see collections on there, don't just go paying them off. Don't just go pay collections off, because a lot of times is that it may not be necessary to pay those collections off. It just all depends, because when you're looking for a home loan, any derogatory items, collections or negative items, anything within the 2 years, that's what's hurting your score the most. Anything that's over 2 years that's already been the collections charged off and all that stuff, it's already done its damage. The longer the time that's on there, the less damage that's doing, okay? So you don't want to just go messing with those things and going paying them without speaking to a mortgage professional that may put you in the right position, because when we run our automated underwriting system, that's going to tell us whether you need to pay those collections off or not. And if you do need to pay the collections off, because it does cause the score to go down, you're not going to be required to do that until closing. Until after the loan closes, funds and everything like that, then you're required to pay those collections off. That's only after the fact. So that way your score is not affected, and you're going in with a game plan on what collections to pay off, because all of them may not be necessary to pay off to get you this loan approval. So it's all about, again, having the conversation, knowing what you're getting into, talking to the professionals, asking all the questions that you need to ask, being patient, understand what you need to understand, have the documents that they ask for, send them in at the appropriate amount of time that you need to, because the only thing, this process gets dragged out when we have to wait on documents and wait. That's when the process gets dragged out, and that's when people start getting frustrated. Okay, so if everybody is on board doing their due diligence and being proactive and getting their W-2s together for 2 years, their bank statements together for the last couple of months, and their income statements together, they're not having any late charges, no NSF charges within a year within the month that we pull your bank statement. No NSF charges on your account. We don't want to see those. So we want to just make sure that you have your ducks in a row. But again, though, all these things, all these questions that you may have, we can answer them for you. That's what we're here for. That's what our job is. And as I stated at the beginning of the show, if you're dealing with anyone, in any profession, I'm just talking about home loans right now, because this show is called Let's Get Your Home Loan Ready, right? But if you're dealing with anyone in any profession and they're not giving you excellent customer service, you have the right to tell them to kick rocks. I do not want to do business with you anymore. It is my right as a consumer, as a customer, to get great service. And it is your right and your privilege, if you're not getting that service, to fire those people that are not giving you that service. Bottom line, you can shop around for a home loan. Shop around for the best rate, for the best opportunity, for the best fees that's coming out, for the less expensive. You have that right, because within 30 days when you apply, it doesn't hit your score if you're applying for mortgage loans within that 30-day time frame, because you have that right to shop around. And you want to give yourself the best opportunity possible. You do not want to have buyer's remorse. That's the last thing you want to have, is get into this home and the excitement of it, all that. And then once the excitement wears off, you realize, oh my gosh, what have I done? Have I gotten myself into something that I truly can't afford? What am I doing here? So those are the things that you want to consider when you're dealing with those, when you're getting a home loan, when you're applying for a home loan, when you're even thinking about getting a home loan. Even if you're not thinking of moving until 6 months from now, give me a call. Let's have a conversation, because I'd rather you be proactive rather than reactive. Let's see what's on your score. Let's see what we can do to improve your financial situation. And also, too, man, this is no knock on down payment assistance loans, but my company doesn't do down payment assistance loans. Reason being is because the rates are very high on a down payment assistance loan, 5.5% to 6%. And what you're going to be paying over time is not going to balance out to where, if you were just disciplined and just had a budget and were able to just put some money to the side per month on a monthly basis and really just kind of like add to your bottom line, just continue to add to your bottom line, then that down payment assistance, you would be your own down payment assistance. You would be able to fund your own down payment as far as, and not have to worry about getting this grant money and things of that nature and to get into these homes, because it sounds good, but when you just check the numbers, people, it's not what it's cracked up to be. I know there's a lot of people out here promoting them, man. And like I said, there's no knock on them. Knock yourself out. That's what your company does. No problem. But what I'm saying is that you have to think about this. You have to think about this for a second, okay? If I do not have any money for a down payment or closing costs, and I need to borrow everything, I need everybody to give me everything possible to get into this particular home, can you really say that you're ready for a home right now? What if anything happens? Something in that house breaks or something needs to be repaired, that's on you now. And if you needed every dime just to get into this house, you have given yourself no margin for life just happening. No room for error. You haven't given yourself an opportunity to breathe and given yourself no room because guess what? I had to have this house. Well, now you have it. But if you get into it with just needing every piece, every dime from everywhere, every source to get into it, then that's really not going to be a wise decision to make because, again, you haven't given yourself an opportunity to really grow and for life to happen, because we always know life will bring circumstances to us that we do not like and we do not expect. But if we're prepared and not overextended in a housing budget, then we can kind of overcome some of those things that life has. You know, give ourselves an emergency fund, give ourselves a little bit of cushion, because as I stated, the repairs and anything that's going on with this house is all on you guys now once you own this particular property. But that's when good loan originators come into play and tell you, hey, let's talk about this. Let's see what works for you. Let's see what works for you. Had a couple that came in, they want FHA, and conventional work for them better. Some people, FHA works for them better. It just all depends on what works for you. It's not a blanket thing. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. And again, those that will listen to this show that promote down payment assistance, don't get all upset with me. There's no knock on you guys and what you do as far as down payment assistance and all that. I mean, it is what it is. I just personally don't think that they benefit the customer when you're locking them in at a 5.5%, 6% rate, and they're paying X amount of dollar per month, and then they can only make so much amount of money per month to get the assistance. So it's almost, I don't know, man. To me, it's dang near like almost predatory lending all over again, man, because it's like it's almost fool's gold. But that's my personal opinion. I'm not knocking any company that does that. Again, you guys make sure I make this clear. I just want to just say, because it handicaps the consumer, and it kind of like leaves using a false sense of security that someone's here. Because you got to remember this: nothing is free. Nothing is free. You remember that saying a long time ago? Nobody's gonna give you anything. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. So they're giving you this money, but when you look at the disclosure and you look at how much you truly gonna pay for this loan, then you may want to consider that, you know what, I'm not ready right now. Let me just save up some money and let me position myself to do it this particular way. Let me get these bills out of my way. Let me get some of this debt out the way so I can start saving for my own down payment. I can fund my own opportunity to get into this house. Just a suggestion, people. Just a suggestion. But this is all about getting your home loan ready. This is all about having the information that you need. This is all about just sharing resources. It's going to be realtors on the show. There's going to be other people, other mortgage professionals that's going to be sharing their insight and wisdom as well, because I like talking to people and getting the information and insight from the different areas and from the different people. But it's always going to be just some resources that's going to be on this show that's going to be able to help you guys move forward into getting your home loan and understanding the process, understanding what you're signing, understanding what you're getting into, and then going from there and going to the closing table as happy as you can be and being educated in the process. And that's the whole goal of it. 12 minutes. That's it, y'all. 12 minutes, man. I hope you guys have a great day today. I wish you guys well. I hope everything goes good for you guys. Just have a great day, man, and keep on pushing and keep learning and keep loving. Oh, yeah, I didn't give you guys my contact information, did I? Hey, if you guys got any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. SHELTON at CharlieNancyTangoMTG.com. That's Shelton at CNTMTG.com. Or you can shoot an email. That's my email address. So you can go to the website, www.cntmtg.com. Okay? Any questions? Cell phone 281-731-0673. Now I'm out. Peace.